I am the one that reads. I'm the voice behind Bible verses 2106, and I read the scriptures. Um, you might have even seen some of my shorts with me reading. So, this is going to be my first live that I'm going to be doing, actually reading some more scriptures. So, for this one, I'm going to be reading John chapter 4, verses 42, no, verses 43 to 54. So, this passage actually is about a nobleman's son being healed by Jesus. So this is one of Jesus's miracles that he performed while he was on the earth doing his ministry. So this particular one came after Jesus visited the woman at the well. So he's actually coming from Samaria. So visiting with the Samaritans. And so after that, he's going to Galilee. So we're going to get into this one. And I like this one because it also shows that through this healing of the son, the whole household believes in Jesus because of Jesus's healing power. And so I'm going to start. Now, after the 2 days, he departed from there and went to Galilee. For Jesus himself testified that a prophet has no honor in his own country. So, when he came to Galilee, the Galileans received him, having seen all the things he did in Jerusalem at the feast, for they also had gone to the feast. Okay, so apparently where he was prior to all of this, his own country, they didn't want him healing people there. The Pharisees didn't want to see people healed. They didn't want Jesus doing what it is that Jesus does best. And he had to go visit other countries, visit the Samaritan woman, and end up having all of those people start to believe in Jesus. So that was good. But now he's in Galilee. So the Galileans received him because they had seen him already in Jerusalem at the feast. So we're going to verse 46. So Jesus came again to Canaan of Galilee, where he had made the water wine. And there was a certain nobleman whose son was sick at Capernaum. When he heard that Jesus had come out of Judea into Galilee, he went to him and implored him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. Then Jesus said to him, unless you people see signs and wonders, you will by no means believe. The nobleman said to him, Sir, come down before my child dies. Jesus said to him, Go your way, your son lives. So the man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him, and he went his way. And as he was now going down, his servants met him and told him, saying, Your son lives. Sorry. Then he inquired of them the hour when he got better. And they said to him, Yesterday, at the 7th hour, the fever left him. So the father knew that it was at the same hour in which Jesus said to him, Your son lives. And he himself believed, and his whole household. This again is the second sign Jesus did when he had come out of Judea into Galilee. Okay, so this is exciting because in that portion that I just read, when Jesus says, Unless you people see signs and wonders, you will by no means believe. That's like what we are today. A lot of people are searching for signs in the skies and, looking for the wonders, looking for people to be healed. They go to these different conventions and convocations because they want to see, signs that people are being healed, that the Spirit is moving. And we should be able to believe without those, but sometimes that's just the nature of our humanness. But Jesus heals the son anyway. And he knows that the whole family will believe because of this. But the nobleman, for him to ask his servant, what hour was it when he got better? And then to hear that it was the very hour that God said, go your way, your son lives. To know that Jesus had that power in that time frame. No one had did that. No one had done that prior to Jesus doing that. So that must have been an awesome thing for him to experience. And his whole household believed. So sometimes it takes a miracle. It does. Sometimes it takes healing for people to believe. And not only for just that one person believe, but for a whole household to believe. So I'm in awe at this passage from 43 all the way to 54. For those of you just joined, we're reading John chapter 4. And we're talking about the God healing, well, Jesus healing the nobleman's son. So I'm just amazed at how one sign can help change the hearts and minds of so many people. So, and this is the second sign Jesus did. So we're fairly at the beginning of when he comes into his ministry. If you have not seen my videos, you could go look at the one that speaks about the Samaritan, because that's in this chapter, chapter 4. It starts off chapter 4, verses 1 through 42. And in that one, I talk about Jesus meeting the Samaritan woman at the well, and how when Jesus met her there and told her all the things about her life, she went and told the other Samaritans. And when they heard him speak, they end up believing as well. So just the power of Jesus's, just the power of him healing and of him speaking truth to people and them not experiencing someone like Jesus, that made them believe. I know for the Samaritans, they were like, we believed when you said it, but now we believe even more because we hear him. So this is just wonderful. And yeah, this is my first live. I thank you guys for joining. I'll probably do more lives, but please visit my other videos that I have posted. I have a lot of shorts, and I have two long form videos that I just started getting into, and this is my first live. So thank you. I'm going to end the night here. All right, bye.